Hello guys, your boy here once again, Classic Forex speaking. You know how we do it. We simplify the complicated. Alright, so our first bet on the list on our pre-market analysis this weekend is going to be US oil. Now let's dive into it. Now US oil, starting on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly upper zone and the monthly lower zone. Now let's put meaning into this time frame very quick as well. Now if you look at the monthly time frame, what you're going to notice is a horizontal level of buy sensitivity and then a horizontal level of sell sensitivity. So what does it tell us? This tells us that we are in a range or a consolidation period here on the monthly time. Why? Because there's no clear direction. Price is neither going down or neither going up. So it gives us what? A range or a consolidation period. Now we know that in a range or consolidation, when price touches support level, where does it go next? It goes back to what? Resistance level. Now since you know that price is going to go back to the resistance level of the monthly, is that all? No. Why? Because there can be a case where price will also drop back to this what support level again and then will not return to the upside. So the question that we are asking ourselves on the monthly time is that will price be able to go all the way up to this resistance level to continue in the range cycle, or we are going to see sell pressure drop back to this what monthly support level? Now these two questions are going to be answered as we take you through the various time frames. All right, so next we are going to take it all the way to weekly time frame and then get to understand whether price will drop down here or will go to the upside in that manner. All right, so let's take it all the way to weekly time frame, understand the weekly flow to decide either we are going up or we are dropping to the downside as well. All right, so US oil, let's take it all the way to weekly time frame and continue with our technical analysis. Alright, so this is US oil on the weekly time frame. Let's take our time and explain the weekly very quick. Now on the weekly, we have our weekly mid-range zone over here. What else do we see on the weekly time in terms of structure? Price is what? Moving to a downside. Let's explain. Okay, let's talk about the push and exhaustion cycles here. Now on the weekly, we saw a push all the way to a downside, an exhaustion to the upside, and that push to a downside giving us a lower low, and that exhaustion to the upside giving us a lower high. And after that, where do we go? We move continuously to the downside. So the question that we ask ourselves on the monthly has been answered here on the weekly. So we now know that on US oil, price will not go back to the what? The monthly support level to continue the cycle now. And what's the cycle? The range. Okay, price not going up to continue the cycle, but it is now dropping back to the monthly support level. So on the weekly time frame, we are getting to understand very clearly that price coming all the way to the monthly support level. So if price coming down to monthly support level, how are we going to be able to pick our entry to a downside? That is why we are also going to find out as we continue with the analysis. All right, now before I even go to daily time to continue with the daily structure, if you look at the weekly, you're going to notice that price has given us what? A very nice bearish spin bar over here, telling us that what? Sellers are ready to continuously move the market back to this what? Monthly support level. Right, so let's take it all the way to daily time frame and then continue with the analysis very quick. All right, so onto the daily. All right, so this is also the daily time frame on US oil. Let's explain. Now, the daily time frame, what has happened in the daily time frame? Let's talk about push and exhaustion cycles here as well. Now, what happened in the daily? You can clearly see that price broke below this what? Higher low, the daily, to the downside, giving us what? A lower low. It went up for lower high, dropped down for another lower low, and has gone back for another lower high. So on the daily, where are we going? We are also heading to the downside because we can clearly see a downtrend here on the daily. And not only will price see sell pressure from here to the downside, it is also what seeing significant amount of sell pressure on this what? Resistance level. So if you look closely, there's also sell pressure from this weekly resistance that is continuously pushing the daily to the downside. Right, so we have two things over here that we need to take into consideration. The first one is sell pressure from the what? The weekly resistance, and then the second one is what? We are in a downtrend. So we're in a downtrend, we are seeing sell pressure from resistance, which means that price is definitely moving to the downside. Simple as that. Now, since we know that price coming all the way down from here to the downside, then we are going to take it to the forward time frame and look for an entry around here back to the monthly support level. And how are we going to do that? Let's go to the forward time frame and find out very quick. All right, so onto the 4H. All right, so this is the 4-hour time frame on US oil. Let's explain. Now, the 4-hour time frame, we are still seeing significant amount of sell pressure from this weekly resistance, which is continuously pulling the market to the downside. But if you look at the 4-hour time frame now, price is on the support level of this 4-hour sensitivity. Now, since price is on this support level, can we sell and expect price to break through? No, we cannot do that. So what we are going to do is very simple. We are going to stay patient here on the 4-hour time frame and wait for price to break below this 4-hour sensitivity to the downside to give us a lower low, a lower high, and then we'll pick our entry at the lower high all the way to the monthly support level. So US oil, our entry is very simple. We are waiting for a lower low, a lower high, and we pick our entry to a downside. Now, entry confirmation after lower high is going to be a bearish engulfing candle, a significant pin bar, or an evening star before we sell all the way to the next monthly support level. So this is our full and complete analysis on US oil. All right, let's move to the next one very quick and continue with our technical analysis. All right, so GBP/JPY is up next. Let's dive into it. Now, GBP/JPY also beginning on the monthly time frame. We have the monthly upper zone and the monthly lower zone. Where is price going on the monthly? On the monthly time frame, we have seen a push all the way to the upside. We've seen an exhaustion. Where do we go next? Continuation move all the way to the upside. So higher high, higher low, we move all the way to the upside in that manner. So GBP/JPY on the monthly time frame, we know very well that price is heading all the way to the next monthly resistance. Now, if price is going to the next monthly resistance, that becomes the direction. So you are looking for entries only into that direction. All right. Now, if you look in terms of candle confirmations, we can also see some strong pins over here, all indicating that there's more buyers present here on the monthly that will be able to move the market continuously to the upside. So GBP/JPY, we are moving all the way to the upside. Now let's go to a weekly time frame, understand the weekly flow, and know how we manage to be picking the entries to the upside as well. So GBP/JPY onto the weekly time frame. All right, so this is GBP/JPY also on the weekly time frame. Let's explain. Now on the weekly, we have a weekly upper zone, middle zone, and then lower zone. What has happened on the weekly time frame? On the weekly, we are clearly seeing that price has been able to break above the weekly lower high to the upside, going all the way to the next resistance to give us a new higher high, a higher low, and the cycle continues in that manner. All right. Now, if you look at the weekly time frame here on GBP/JPY, you can clearly see that price has not yet completed the next higher high of the weekly. So as a result of that, what are we going to do? We are going to capitalize on that higher high before higher low, and the price goes all the way in that manner, right? So GBP/JPY, remember, we are looking for entry that will take us all the way to the next weekly resistance as the new higher high. It's that simple. How do we pick the entry to the next resistance of the new higher high? Let's find out as we take it to a daily time frame. So GBP/JPY moving all the way to a daily time frame to continue with the analysis. All right, so this is GBP/JPY on the daily time frame. Let's put meaning into it. On the daily, we have the daily upper zone and the daily lower zone. Now, if you look at the daily time frame, price is also in an uptrend on the daily, meaning that we are moving to the upside as we have already determined. All right, now on the daily, let's explain. This is a daily push all the way to the upside, higher high, daily exhaustion, higher low, daily continuational push, which made contact with the daily resistance, but failed to go to the upside. Instead, what did it do? It dropped all the way to the downside. So where is this daily sell pressure dropping to? It is dropping back to the next daily support level, where it can pick another buy pressure to continuously move all the way to the upside. So in the daily time frame, we are in an uptrend. That is number one. Number two is that price is coming all the way down to this daily support level before it goes continuously to make contact with the weekly as the new higher high on the weekly time frame. All right. So in that case, what are we going to do? We are going to stay patient for price to drop all the way back to this support level, where it may pick enough buy pressure that will be able to push the market back to the weekly resistance level as we have talked about. All right. Now let's take it further to the 4-hour time frame and then get to understand how we will pick the entry when price manages to drop back to this support level. All right. So GBP/JPY, let's take it all the way to the 4-hour time frame and look for entry to the upside. Alright, so this is GBP on the 4-hour time frame. Let's explain. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, we are seeing a similar thing as we saw on the day time frame. On the daily, we are seeing sell pressure here to a downside. We are seeing the exact same thing here on the 4-hour. Now, if this sell pressure continues and make contact with this daily support level, this is where we'll be looking for the entry all the way to the weekly resistance. So once price makes contact with this daily support level, we look for entry confirmation here to the upside. Now, what are the confirmation candles that we need to see here before we can buy? Then the bullish engulfing candle, the significant pin bar, or the morning star here before we manage and pick our entry all the way to the upside on GBP/JPY. So GBP/JPY, these are full and complete technical analysis. All right, let's move on to the next pair very quick and continue with the analysis of the day. All right, let's go. All right, so the next pair on the list is GBP Chef. Let's dive into it. Start on the monthly time frame. We have the monthly upper zone and the monthly lower zone. Now let's explain. If you look closely at the monthly time frame here on GBP Chef, we have a strong level of buy pressure on this monthly support level that is always pushing price to the upside anytime price makes contact. So if you look at the first contact that price made here, it saw strong buy pressure to the upside. The second buy pressure or the second touch over here, price came with a long buy pressure also to the upside. You see the third contact, and the same thing is happening, strong buy pressure to the upside. So on the monthly time frame, it is very evident that price cannot be able, or price will not break below this monthly support level, but it will continuously see buy pressure and then push it all the way to the upside. So GBP Chef here on the monthly time frame, price is going all the way to the next monthly resistance. Now, how can we capitalize on that move since we know that price will get back to this resistance? Let's find out as we continue on the weekly time frame as well. So GBP/JPY moving all the way to weekly time to continue with the flow of the market. All right, let's go. All right, so this is GBP Chef on the weekly time frame. Let's put meaning into it. On the weekly, we have a weekly upper zone, mid-range zone, and then lower zone as well. Let's explain what has happened on the weekly. On the weekly time frame, price is moving to the upside. Why? Because we saw a push all the way to the upside, giving us a higher high. It dropped all the way down for higher low, and we have seen another continuation move further to the upside. So in the weekly, it is very evident that we are in an uptrend. But if you look at the weekly time frame, price have just made contact with the weekly resistance level. So as a result of that, we are going to be waiting for price to break above before we can start looking for opportunities that will take us to the monthly resistance level. Alright, so GBP Chef, let's take it further to daily time frame so that I can explain what exactly is happening over here for you guys to understand very closely. Alright, so let's go all the way to daily and continue with the flow of the market. Alright, so this is GBP Chef on the daily time frame. Let's explain. Now, on the daily, we also have our daily resistance level of sensitivity. So if you look at the daily, price has broken above its lower highs over here, giving us a higher high. We've seen higher low. Where do we go next? Continuously all the way to the upside. But remember, I told you guys that we cannot pick the entry over here since price has made contact with the weekly resistance level. Why? Because weekly resistance level contains sell pressure that can push the market back down again. Right? So our entries will come in on GBP Chef once price manages to break above this resistance, and we have a free range to continuously buy to the next level above. Alright, so GBP Chef, let's take it all the way to the final time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame, and then find entry to the upside as well. Alright, so GBP Chef onto the 4-hour time frame. Alright, so this is GBP Chef on the 4-hour time frame. Let's add more meaning on the 4H here on the 4-hour. Alright, so this is GBP Chef on the 4-hour time frame. Let's explain. Now, if you look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see a clear break to the upside, giving us a higher high, an exhaustion higher low. But are we going to buy here low? I've already explained that. So waiting for the next higher high, and then the next higher low before an entry all the way to the monthly resistance level. So GBP Chef, this is our full and complete technical analysis. Alright, let's move on to the next pair, or probably the last one on the list for the day. Let's go to gold. Alright, so the next pair on the list is going to be gold. Let's begin very shortly. Now, gold, we are starting on the daily time frame. We have the daily upper zone, the daily middle zone, and the daily lower zone. Let's explain what is happening here on the daily. Now, if you look at the daily, are we going up or we are coming down? We are definitely moving to the upside. Let's explain. This is a daily push the upside, higher high. This is a daily exhaustion, higher low. This is a daily continuational push, higher high. And then this also daily higher low. Where do we go next after higher low? we go all the way to the upside. So based on what we are seeing now, or what we are looking and seeing, I've always told you guys that when you're doing the analysis, look and see. Don't just look, but look and see. So once we look and then we are seeing what price is doing, we know that what price is definitely moving to the upside because we have what a beautiful uptrend structure here. So if you are going to the upside, where are we supposed to be buying? We are going to be buying on the higher low here to the upside on GBP, on gold as well, sorry, on gold. So gold, we are looking for entry from this support level or the higher low here to move all the way to the upside. How are we going to be able to pick our entry? Let's take it further to the 4-hour time frame. Understand what exactly is happening over here on the 4-hour before you manage to pick our entry to the upside on gold. So gold, taking it all the way to a 4-hour time frame to complete the technical analysis. Alright, so this is gold on the 4-hour time frame. Let's explain. Now gold on the 4H, we have our 4-hour resistance level over here, or level of what? Sensitivity. Now if you look at the 4-hour time, let's explain. Price on the 4-hour time frame managed to break below the daily support, giving us what? A lower low. After lower low, it went up to lower high, but it couldn't continuously move to the downside. Instead, what did it do? It broke above this daily what? Support level again to the upside, giving us a higher high. After higher high, what happens? Higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we go all the way up in that manner. So gold here on the 4-hour time frame, we're looking for entry in 2 ways. Now our first entry is that if price manages to give us a candle confirmation over here, whether a bullish engulfing, a pin bar, or a morning star, you pick an entry over here all the way to the upside. Now the next entry is that if price fails to give us confirmation and we just see a strong move to the upside, breaking above this resistance, then we also wait for a higher low, a higher low before an entry again all the way to the upside on gold. So gold, we have 2 ways of entering what? This trade. So take a very good note of it. Alright. So here, once you see a candle confirmation, a strong one, you buy all the way to the upside. If you don't, then wait for price to break above this previous higher high to give us a new higher high. We wait for higher low and we pick our entry all the way to the upside. Right, so this brings us to the end of our pre-market analysis this weekend. Guys, if you love what I'm doing over here, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and then leave a comment below to help the channel out. If you haven't joined my free signals group, the link is also in my bio. Make sure to click on it and then join us. So I'll see you all in the Telegram channel. Stay classy and trade classy always, guys. Peace. I'm out.